No need to adjust your satellite dish. You are not picking up a British television station, but you're going to learn a little bit about the British and hear that famous accent when we meet our guest host today on Take 5. Well, a very pleasant good afternoon to you. Happy Wednesday? Wednesday. I'm Dick Fabian.
And I'm not Dick Fabian. And actually, I wasn't going to tell you who I was, Dick, for a few minutes. But if you probably noticed down there, of course, the subtitles let it away. Hello, lovies. I'm Ian Richards. Good afternoon. I'm the English guest host today. A bit of international flavor for the show.
Ian, of course, is the morning DJ at Flint's WWCK. Nice to see you.
Very nice to see you.
I tried to be as English as I could with the cardigan.
Looking good.
You also brought me a hat.
Of course.
How's this? How's this for the English look?
It's very Winston, very Churchill.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Do you know the two most common questions asked on the radio when I first arrived, and that was 3 years ago, was, first of all, is your accent for real?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think after 3 years of living in America, it's not changed an awful lot.
I don't think you could fake that accent.
I don't think I could keep it up for 3 years, and so, yeah, that's the first thing. And, of course, the second thing is, what do I look like? Because people often say when they meet me in the street, oh, you're that guy, okay.
But they recognize you more by your voice.
They recognize me by my voice, which led somebody to say I'd be the worst bank robber in mid-Michigan, actually, because it wouldn't take an awful lot of time for people to find out who I was. But yes, here I am. Look, this is what you see is what you get. And
it's a delight to have you, buddy.
A lot of people say you don't even look like you sound, whatever that meant to mean.
Well, the popularity, of course, of any radio disc jockey depends a whole lot on how the audience react to his or her patter and the enthusiasm on the air. And CK105 has always had a huge audience, and a part of that success is Ian Richards' morning show that has its own distinct personality. I visited Ian this morning and met some of his fellow workers who gave me the rest of the story.
That's the latest there from Siobhan Fahey, one of the original members of...
There are a lot of things from England that we enjoy in the United States, but never mind the Rolls Royces or the tea, the china or lace that the English are famous for. One of their most delightful imports in this area is Ian Richards, whose mid-morning show on WWCK 105 just makes you feel good. In fact, even his peers at the popular radio station had a difficult time teasing him in a negative way. But they tried. Why did you hire him?
Well, you know, he was really in need. He was in extreme need at the time, and you know, things are tough economically in England, and he was part of that crunch, and we just felt sorry for him. He was a real pitiful fellow.
What's Ian really like?
Those items we cannot speak about on TV5 because I think far too much of the station.
Is that right? I appreciate that.
In real life, Ian is a Christian. He goes to church at least 6-7 times a week. It's phenomenal what he does for the community. I don't even want to get into it, but he is probably the biggest benefactor of charities in the Flint area.
What's he really and truly like? Is he a grouch when he walks in?
No, Ian is always smiling and a fun-loving person.
He wanted to ask me to talk to you about a raise.
Well, we do have an opening middays from 9 to noon we could talk about if you'd like to work that shift, because if he's asking for a raise, then we got a problem.
He's out of here,
He's on TV5 today.
Ian's wife is on line 1.
Oh, and now his wife is checking in on him. Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Ian, everybody here seems to like you. I mean, I actually was checking on you while you were on the air, and they all spoke quite highly of you. Almost quite highly of you.
Almost, exactly. That's the key word is almost. Yeah, I think what it is, my radio shows don't delve too much into politics. They don't try to upset anybody. What my whole goal is, if I can make one person smile during the day, I think I've done my job right.
Ian, is there any place around the Genesee County area that reminds you just a little bit of home?
Well, in actual fact, I thought I'd escaped from England when I came to Flint. In actual fact, I became quite close to England once again. There are several little pockets of England that you can find around here, and there's one just down the road in Grand Blanc.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Ian's Touch of Home is a wonderful discovery in Grand Blanc called Oliver Teas. It specializes in imports, delicatessens, and all types of specialty foods, including some tasty delights from merry old England.
And, of course, Dick, with a bit like Al Castle catch. There you go. Look, that is an English telephone box, by the way.
A telephone box?
Yeah, that's how they look in Britain.
So we've got a lot of England here in Grand Blanc.
A heck of a lot of England here.
So what's the bottom line? What do you say to something like this?
Well, I love America, and it would appear that America loves my country.
I'll go along with that. Yeah, we'll go along with that.
Oh, I certainly will.
You did this yourself. Ian drew a map.
If I don't know this place by now, then I've got a big problem.
You're going to show me exactly where you are here.
Yet another of those famous questions. Where do you come from? Our cameraman, by the way,
Ray Tudor.
Ray, he comes from Manchester. Now, Manchester is there. Okay. The famous London is right down here. It's just like being at school.
Oh, here, let's make a triptych.
Okay.
Like a AAA.
That's Manchester.
Okay, then we go from here.
That is Liverpool. Now, that's the home of the Beatles. Okay, so that's where I'm very
friendly
close by.
AAA triptych person.
I like that. Okay. And then if you come up a little bit north,
get on your boat. And you go around.
You can do that.
And you come in here, or you can take the train over this way.
Exactly. Now, this place is very famous. It's a seaside resort called Blackpool. And in fact, if I just hold this up for you, it's famous for a tower. There we go, look. And this tower is an identical replica to the Eiffel Tower.
Oh my gosh, it does look a lot like the Eiffel Tower.
And that was built at the turn of the century.
Or it looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, too.
The Leaning Tower of Blackpool, yeah.
Okay.
And the amazing thing that it's actually built right on the Irish coast. Now, Blackpool was a Victorian spa town. It was very famous because, of course, in the Industrial Revolution, Blackpool and the rest of Great Britain was covered in smoke and smog. And they reckon that the sea air, the ozone, the good old smell of the sea off the Irish Sea was good for people. And, of course, it became a very, very famous tourist resort. And now people by the millions flock there every year. And they extend the season with things like the Blackpool Tower. We've got an amusement park, which is like a miniature Cedar Point, if you've been down there.
We got our geography lesson.
We've got our geography lesson. It's a marvelous thing.
I feel like I'm in class listening to the teacher. Hey, speaking of classes, we've got some guests here.
Yes, we do.
From Delta College, and they're in the broadcast class, and they are writers. Let's have. Hey, come on, give yourselves a hand, you guys. Come on, you can whoop it up a little bit.
That's more like it.
Yeah. I want to thank them for coming over. Well, getting on with other bits of interest here today on the Take 5 show. You know, last year Americans spent more than $1.5 billion on wrinkles, or we should say products that are supposed to get rid of them. 82 new skincare products were introduced last year, along with a slew of brand new treatments.
Well, they vary from the basic to the bizarre, and there seems to be a market for every single one of them. Perry Peltz tells us about some of the newest
the doctors
efforts.
hope the testing of the botulism toxin will be finished by springtime.
And if it proves it's effective, get ready for the stampede of people rushing in to try it.
Well, not a really great... yeah, took that out there. I just pat myself. It seems to thin it out a little bit anyway. Sure. Not a great day to have at least the car top down. You drive a convertible, I know.
Yes, I do.
You didn't have it down because it's just a little bit chilly out there.
Well, it was a day today, actually, to pop it down because it was a bit spring-like, wasn't it? So let's just turn around and find out our friend in the box here, Mike Hoffman, with the tie, of course. How are you, Mike?
Hi, Mike.
Not too bad. Not an ugly tie. You remember those, don't you, Ian?
Yes, of course.
I wasn't saying yours was ugly. Just last spring I wore some ugly ties. Welcome to Take 5, Ian.
Thank
you did pick a very nice day to come here, obviously. A lot of sunshine across much of mid-Michigan.
I'm going to take a guess, Mike, that our weather pretty much parallels the weather in England at the moment. Is that right, Ian, do you think?
Pretty close, actually, yeah, although today was a very spring-like day. And Mike, one question I've got for you is, what exactly is the Alberta Clipper? Is it that ship that Dick was floating around?
No, but that's exactly how it got its name. It was a fast ship back in its day, the Clipper, and it comes out of Alberta. It's a little storm system moving quickly out of Alberta.
Well, I hope it stays there.
Right, okay.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Right.
See you at 6 o'clock. And it's a question that has long been debated. Who is smarter, boys or girls?
Well, I think we know the answer, but a new study thinks it'll know the answer too. Still ahead on Take 5.